Dude, I'm telling you, man, a good
It's
thing to
embarrassing.
do. Go get a 9 to 5 for like 6 months and just
No,
feel it, dude.
No,
just
I
feel
felt it. I felt it.
Yeah, just feel it, dude. You
How
might
many
need
months?
6.
Dude,
That's
no
my
chance.
my total. Dude, when I came to Philly, I like it was agreed with my ex-wife. Like, all right, I'll get a steady job. I lasted 2 weeks in the telephone place. Dude, I was cold calling. I think it was 10 days before I did a no call, no show.
A guy came to my show on Saturday that I had worked with at this place called Your Remodeling Guys in York, PA, and it was like we sell bathrooms, like
Nice.
remodel your bathrooms.
Yeah.
I made one sale in 3 months, and it was pure commission. I worked for 3 months for free.
That sucks.
Just, it was the worst fucking place I've ever worked.
Yeah, that fucking. Were you going door to door?
Yeah. Like they, not door to door, they set up the appointments, but they trick these people into the appointments.
Dude, we used to have guys like
So
that.
it's like while you're at Home Depot, somebody will come up and be like, "Hey, how'd you feel about a free appraisal? We'll just come to your house, blah blah blah." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So then you
my
show up and
God.
you're like, "Hey, I'm here for the appraisal," and you're in their fucking house, just you and like an older couple, and you're like, "Well, let's design a bathroom for you," and you fucking design it on your laptop,
Yeah.
show it to them, and they're like, "Oh, that's nice." And then it's like, okay, that's $48,000. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, I know. Right when I'd show them the price, every time I'd just be like, yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I'm going to
yeah.
leave.
I'll get out of here.
And also, I was like, nice, I worked today. I can leave early. Fuck
Oh,
it.
that's so
like,
fucking
I had the
funny.
mental part of working.
It wasn't like the producing.
I had no money.
Yeah.
But I was like, I work today. It's
Put in
nice
a
to leave early. Be like, nice, I can get out of here.
Yeah, there was guys that came to our high school to recruit high school kids to do that basically. And they had basically, I guess they must have just like looked to see who was older and then sent people to older people's houses and be like, or they'd be like, yeah, your house is in severe disrepair.
Oh my
It's
God.
just in structural damage. They'd be like, your ceiling could collapse. And they'd
Yeah.
be like, oh my. And
Yeah,
they'd be like, we'll shore your thing up. They like paint their house and like put tile in.
It's so
like,
bad. And I had, you would
$30,000.
have like models. I had like a model bathtub. I'd be like, here, look at this. This is the material we use. It's stain. I didn't listen to any meetings. So I'd go into people's houses and have no idea about the product.
Oh, it's so
At
fucking
all.
funny.
I'd be like, what color do you want? I'm like color swabs and shit. And also these are people's houses that are dumb enough to sign up for someone to come to their house at
Yeah,
Home
that's
Depot.
true.
So these are all fucking idiots.
Yeah,
I went into one guy's house that had birds. He had fucking birds flying around his house.
Oh my god! It's like if you go
It
to
was
Walmart
nuts.
and they're like, "Hey, do you want to switch your Xfinity plan to?"
I did that as soon as I got here, and I walked out. After
yeah, I mean, imagine being
did
someone.
that.
Jesus Christ!
I
dude.
did that, and they were like, I was with this guy, and he was like, "Man, you're good. You got a good sales." Like he was like, "You're gonna be great."
Fucking
And
left.
I was like, "Cool." We were standing at Walmart trying to switch people's cable,
Jesus.
and like literally, it took me 2 hours to just be like, "I gotta go.
They just left.
I can't do this."
No, dude.
And the guy was like, "Are you coming back after lunch?" I was like, "No." Like, there's no way I'm
Definitely
doing this.
not. Well, imagine being someone who sees you at Walmart and they're like, "I'm gonna hear this guy out." And like that's the people's houses.
Hey,
you're
do you have
going to.
Comcast or Xfinity? Xfinity or Fios?
Dude,
Quick question. People
I-
would be like, no thanks. Keep
I
walking.
see
I'd be
those
like, I
dudes.
understand.
I fucking spin move, dude.
Oh.
I'm just like later, dude.
Yeah, they're like homeless.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
They're
acknowledge them, you're fucking trapped.
you're done,
You
dude.
just got to be like,
I always
don't even look at them.
Usually, if they talk to me, I ignore them. If they're being really persistent, I'm like, I don't have TV, bro.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, I don't know. The dudes who hit that realm and then crush it are probably like my favorite fucking people in the world.
That do well with that? No, that's the
No,
worst
they're
people.
so bad, dude.
The guy I was with was like that. He was like
yeah,
all about it.
I think that's like that's like the perfect level of dumbness to where like you're slightly less dumb than all the other dumb people, but you're
Yeah.
dumb enough to be like, this is a good deal I'm giving these people. I'm
Yeah,
switching,
yeah, yeah.
saving them, and you're not
Like,
even
I'm a hell of a
realizing.
salesman.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
good
I
salesman.
could sell fucking water to a whale, dude.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the best.
and it was like I sold cars before that,
yeah,
and it was like
that's a sick gig.
it's like $60,000-$70,000 a year,
That's awesome.
easy.
But it's
That's
like-
not trying.
12 hours a day too, isn't it?
Sometimes,
That's pretty sick.
but I mean, if that's your job, who cares?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, but
And you get to talk shit all day and fuck with people.
if I sold one car, I was done for the day. I would just walk around. I would leave for like 3 hours.
That's it. Yeah,
I
what
mean, I
else?
was a bad employee. I'm definitely a horrible employee
60
at
grand.
just about whatever I do.
Yeah,
But
that's tough to take orders, dude.
It is
I can't take orders of people. Like I can't take orders at a job unless I really respect the person.
100%.
So if I like, so I like would work for my dad or my uncles, and I'd be like, okay. But then like I work for some like dude 2 years older than me, and I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Or if it's just a totally meaningless job,
Yeah,
like switching people's cable.
yeah.
It's
That
like, dude,
sucks.
I can't care about this.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can care about with this.
No, that's true. Especially with sales. If you're selling something that you actually like, it's so much easier. But if you're like, I'm gonna switch your cable, it's gonna be cheaper for 3 months, then you're gonna get fucking crushed with fees. That's tough.
God, it sucks for whoever's listening to this right now because they definitely
Not
not everybody.
I mean,
but
that's
a lot of people have jobs that it's just like this is pointless.
Yeah, but it also depends too what like you got going on.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if you
mean,
have kids,
if you want to make money and have a family,
exactly. If you have kids, it's like, that I think that existential angst kind of goes away as soon as you're fucking.
yeah, it's
kids
like I'm
shitting.
making money for
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Now you have a reason though.
That helps. We don't have that reason, dude. You're just sitting there tapping the keys, and you're like,
That's what I did selling cars. Like
Yeah.
there were guys I worked with that had families, obviously, and
Yeah.
they crushed it. And they were like, "This is a
Yeah.
great job."
yeah,
But I was just making a ton of money doing nothing.
yeah, just eating fucking
just
lunch at the
sitting
strip
there.
club, dude.
Yeah, I was getting wings at the strip club. I was just sitting there like I should go to Spain.
That was a good move.
I would read a book every day. I would just sit there and read the entire day.
That's so fucking
It
funny.
was a sick job, but
It sounds pretty tight.
it resulted in me going to Spain and literally never having money since.
Yeah. Fuck.
Sick.
It's tough to get.
I've been
It's
poor for 5 years now.
it's nice to get old enough to look back and have like a good enough zoom on your life to realize like how badly you fucked up. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
where
it was
like
a fuck up.
I think about like how much money I spent on my wedding, and I'm like, man, that'd be nice to have that shit back again. That'd be nice not to got fucking arm wrestled into spending a bunch of money on like an expensive wedding.
Yeah.
You get old enough to be like, man, I could have avoided that with like maybe one uncomfortable conversation.
I remember because I got out of college and sold cars. So just like out of college, that was the first job I even applied to because my cousin worked there and
Yeah.
hooked it up. I just went and sold cars and I was like, oh, it's so easy to make money. Who the fuck doesn't? I was like, yeah, I just got out of college and made 60,000 selling fucking Hondas. It was easy.
That's
so like
fucking
when I
funny.
left for Spain, I remember the teachers over there were like, what are you going to do when you go back? I was like, I don't know. I'll fucking find something. I get back, I'm hawking bathtubs, fucking selling nothing, crying. Just like,
That's so fucking funny. Well, you're
Yeah.
probably a sick car salesman.
I was good at that.
Yeah.
To people that were not fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if I was like, I would always be like, look, this is the cheapest price.
Yeah.
I'll try to get. I don't care what you. I was like, I don't care what you spend. I don't want you to spend money.
Yeah.
I feel bad if you spend more than you have to.
Yeah.
And people would be like, he's a shyster. He's lying. I'd be like, all right, fucking leave.
Yeah, get the fuck out, dude.
I don't care. I got a book to read, dude.
That when I did the cold calling, I remember I was supposed to call and get all the information from like I'd have to call an IT company and ask for like the IT lead or whatever the fuck it's called, the COO, and be like, and I would just get their secretary and be like, so I spoke with him I think 6 months ago. You guys still using that Dell server? And
Oh,
they'd be like,
God.
I was taking wild guesses because you're supposed to piece together what they have
Yeah.
and how old it is. So then when it goes like a server lasts maybe it's 7 years. So if they would say like it's 5 years old, you're like you'd sell that information to another
Sure.
company. And I just got to the point where I'm like, dude, if you just tell me these 5 things, I'll take you out of this list forever, and no one will ever call you from here. And it started to work, and
Fuck yeah.
they're like, dude, you're not allowed to do that. I was like, dude, I hate doing this. It sucks. Just tell me what I need to know. I'm supposed to get 7 questions, but 5 passes. And,
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, bro, you're not.
I started getting in trouble
I'll
selling
take them out
cars.
of the list, dude.
I got in trouble selling cars because I would go into the office and get the invoices that we paid for the car. I'd be like, this is what we paid for it. You can probably get pretty close to this.
Damn.
Yeah. They were like, why are you always in the office? I was like, I don't know, man.
That's a
Yeah.
sick move.
Yeah. Like just showing them the actual invoice. Be like, here's exactly what we paid for it.
So you'd show them how much you're going to make.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is what we're going to make. That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
There's no, and it's like,
That's how I felt. That's the only way I felt justified with it. Like to literally show everybody everything.
yeah, because they play games.
Because I
dude.
saw dudes that were just butt fucking customers.
Oh, yeah, man.
And you make a ton of money, but
So much.
But I couldn't justify that because again, I didn't have a family, so it's like, am I going to make an extra $400 on this deal and have some couple that I've kind of befriended at this point spend $5,000 extra so that I get
Yeah.
like $40 more on my paycheck?
Yeah.
It's real fucked up.
Oh, okay, so they're not breaking off. They're not like showering the guaps on you. They're not being like, here's what we want. If you get extra, just like we'll split it.
No. No, it's like if you sell certain type of insurance,
get little bonuses
get like
and shit.
$100, $200, but they're paying that like each pin.
It's like $12,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're selling
hilarious.
them fucking like mud flaps or mud guards and
my
like
God,
accessories
dude.
that are like $500.
Dude, that's the one thing. My ex-wife, when she went to buy cars, was like an absolute monster buying them. Like she would get people to the point where like she would get a salesman like that on the line of like, all right, yo, this is awesome, this and that. I have this and that. And then she would be like, all right. And as soon as they're ready to do it, she'd be like, this is what I want to pay. And I want free oil changes for the life of the car. And they'd be like, get out of here. Absolutely not. She'd be like, all right. And she'd have it down to the point where she's about to sign the paper. So this guy's like salivating. And she'd be like, all right. And she would just walk out. And she'd like wait. They'd call her back and she'd go back in. Dude, and it was insane. The shit.
Yeah, I would have let her walk. If
Dude.
she would have stood up and be like, all right, I don't care, lady.
It was so, and she would do all of this, and
Yeah.
then eventually her credit union would like give her a check for like say like 35,000, and she would have them down to like 28 and be like, I have absolutely no more money on this. And then show them a check for like 35 and like, take it out of this. Dude, she's rude, and I would just have to sit there the whole time and be like, yeah, I mean that's pretty fair.
Probably high, just like whoa.
Yeah, I would just gotta sit there like, oh my
Oh
god.
God.
Like, I'm just saying, just give her the oil changes. I don't know. I really think about that a lot. It freaks me the fuck out.
What's
Whenever
that?
I go to like that, basically when I go to things with my girlfriend, I'll have to go to like weddings where I'll meet guys like that who like got out of school and went into an office, and that's been their whole life. And there's some guys that are like that who are cool and stuff, and I talk to. There's certain guys I talk to, and I'm like, dude, I don't think you've ever really thought for yourself ever in your life.
It is
And
a scary
shows,
thing,
and
man.
It's fucking weird.
Dude, it's frightening. Like I knew dudes that like would only like quote movies and stuff.
Yeah, that's the best
Like,
actually.
after high school, and then like when I saw them grow, it's like, oh, they don't even know who they are, or like what they like, or like what is something to like. I don't even know.
But it's funny because I've learned they'll just look at you and be like hipster, and then they just move on
Yeah.
about their thing. It's just kind of funny, like fucking hipster. It's like,
Yeah, I
all
mean,
right,
they
dude.
have some points that on the surface it looks like they're winning. Like if I was to argue with one of them, they'd be like, "What? Don't you live with like 4 other fucking dudes in a shitty house?" I'd be like,
Yeah.
Like how's stand up paying you? Like shit like that.
yeah, but when that stops happening, it's a real good feeling. Like when you because you're both gonna see success sooner than most people would. And then eventually you'll be like, why would you even fucking think about dudes like that? Like dudes that like work in cubicles and like, oh, what are you still doing your podcast? It's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, what are you doing? Thinking about murdering your family every night? But that's exactly what they're fucking
Now
doing.
get me that fucking TPS report now.
Yeah.
You bitch.
They're
Yeah,
like, no, I
I-
can't even. Yeah,
I would love to go into an office and just see what it's like again.
yeah.
It'd be
I
tough. It'd be impossible. Now.
Last time I made it 3 weeks. I was cold calling. I was like, I'm gonna be here for 6 months, save up for some money, lay low. 3 weeks, I just didn't show up one day, and I was like, I fucking couldn't. I was dying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an office is tough, man. It's like, I don't know. That would fucking kill me, man.
A part of me envies that
Yeah.
Oh,
ability to be
100%.
a fucking idiot enough to stick around or smart enough to be like, all right, tough it out. But
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot work a
No.
job like that. Like any job where
I just
someone's
won't get out of bed one day. Literally, if
Yeah.
I was in an
Oh,
office
my God.
one day, I'll just lay in bed and just won't move and be like, I can't do it.
I called in sick constantly to that Ardmore job. I would show up 2 hours late.
I got fired from every job I had. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the ability to like. When I would
Yeah.
go there, I would just be like, I can't do this the rest of my life.
Stop moving, yeah.
I would think about it when I was like, what am I going to be 40 doing this? Like,
Yeah.
I remember these Mexican dudes picked a fight with me when I was doing construction.
The lads got you.
Yeah, dude. I was carrying like cement up to this fucking 3rd floor on Delancey Street, and the one dude was like holding the other dude's like butt to like get him to get to a light fixture, and I was like, "Ooh, boys getting friendly" or something like that. It was like something
yeah.
real. Like I was trying to like be chummy. I was fucking 21 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
And they both jumped off the ladder and like got in my face. And I was like, no, I was just saying like because you were touching his butt. And he was like, I was helping him get to the top. And I was like, all right, dude. I was like, all right, dude.
They were chupacabras, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They'll get you.
Yeah, they were like fist clenched, like they weren't. And I was
Wow.
like, am I gonna do this till I'm 45? Like
I'm not gonna fight
just
Mexicans.
beat around the gay Mexican bush for my rest of my fucking life.
Yeah, that's listener who is definitely working a shitty job. Don't worry, we're not talking about you.
Well, it's also not that shitty if you're good at it. That's my thing. Like, I love doing construction. I'm so dumb at it. They're like straight lines, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They'd be like, all right, Matt, cut 36 and 3/8. And I'm at the tape like, are the little ones the eighths? And they're just sitting there like, dude, what is that? And I'm like, ning, and I cut it. I'm like, dude, it's fucking short. And I'm like, fuck. I wish I could do it. So if you were good at that, it'd be sick. Be like, yo, build me a closet. And I was like, da-da-da-da.
I'm not talking about building. I'm talking about
An
just
office?
classic office job. We
Yeah,
got a lot of
I
those
can't-
listeners.
I can't. I mean, my whole thing I admire is the ability to endure boredom. If they're just like, they sack up and they're like, yep, I'm going to stare at a fucking screen for 8 hours under fluorescent lights and just walk home. I can't do it, but if you can do that, God bless you.
Yeah, that's I don't know, man.
Soul crushing.
But I think Shane's right. It's like I do envy people that it's not that they're like dumb enough to be able to do it, but they can hunker down and be like, no, dude, I'm gonna stick this out. I'm gonna get a house. I'm gonna
True. Some are
get a
dumb
car.
enough.
Yeah.
Some are definitely dumb enough.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Another
Dumb
day,
enough-
another dollar, and you're like, well, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
yeah. Another day, yeah.
But also, so a lot of guys don't have anything.
True.
Like, we got lucky and have fucking stand-up and podcasts. Like, we know what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we can
Yeah.
do it.
True.
Like, some of these guys, like, my dream is the NBA.
Yeah,
Or, like, it's like, all right, well, get
Yeah.
to your cubicle, dude.
You might want to wrap that up soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's done.
you might want to thunk those shotgun shells into the chamber.
Yeah, like, maybe pick up hunting.
Yeah.
Or fishing or
Pick up hunting
something
accidents.
attainable.
Well, that was like the thing about like when people were like, you sure you like being a dad? Like, I'm like, yeah, because I have a bunch of stuff in my life that I like. Like, if I
True.
didn't, I don't know if, who knows, like maybe when you have a newborn and they're fucking crying all the time and like they're waking up all that stuff probably is really hard if you hate the rest of your
Oh,
life.
God. Can you imagine
Do you know what I mean?
working
Yeah,
all
hell
day
yeah.
and then coming home to just fucking shitty diapers and chaos?
Yeah, dude,
Just a
it's
worse
hard.
atmosphere than work.
Yeah.
I always wondered, too, if
Yeah.
having a kid is like a relief because you can finally stop thinking about yourself all day.
Dude, it is.
know what I
I
mean?
stopped caring about my health. I was because I used to be a hypochondriac.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of waned since my kid was
Well,
born.
you reproduce, and now you're like, well, I can totally die.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need to be here anymore.
Exactly.
I can wrap this up.
I always wondered about that. I'm like, that would be the one thing I would see liking about having a kid, is being like, well, I can never fucking self-analyze
I
ever
think you gotta
again.
raise
It's
it.
like,
I think you gotta raise your kid first, and then you
Yeah,
can
you
die.
gotta-
yeah, but you still can like fully be like,
I don't think my kid's gonna live off a web series.
true. But you can fully let go of
a good
like,
web series.
did I do enough? Did I do that? You're like, it stops being about you, and I feel like that would be a relief.
It's a good feeling. You're like, oh, I don't care about myself. Like if
Yeah.
you're like if somebody's like you're sick, you're like, all right,
yeah.
fucking let me die.
Yeah, put me down.
I hope my kid doesn't have an earache.
What brings you in? What do you want to talk about?
Dude, I'll say, me and Steve were talking about buying houses, and I was house shopping with my bae last night, and it is
Hell.
like, dude, absolute fucking hell.
Hell.
I was sending a picture to Blizz halfway through. I was like, current mood, this picture of Andrew Cunanan, the guy who like made out with old gay men and killed them.
Oh yeah, you love that guy.
But I was like, dude, I was sitting. You walk into houses and it's like there will be like a sink that my girlfriend likes, and she's like, I love this house. I'm like, that's a sink. That $200. You can't make a $200,000 decision based off a fucking sink. It's like, am I saying I like it? Am I saying I like it? It's like, dude, I was ready to fucking die yesterday.
Just handling like saying and doing something fucking dumb, the way chicks do, is so fucking
it
annoying.
just-
Like she wanted to buy a house based off a $200 sink, and then when you called her on it, and she realized how stupid it was, instead of being like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah,"
It's
she
an
was
immediate-
like, "What? Fuck you!" You wanna fucking-"
And that's the thing. I was
It's a
like,
very female response.
my
No
whole
offense
thing was
to
like,
your
you
bitch.
can't think. I was like, you can't buy a house based off of cosmetics. That was my whole thing. I was telling her. I'm like, because I know how to paint.
You can
and-
you can dress
I
it
can,
up,
you know,
baby.
I know how to paint. So like, if you like the paint job, get a house with a shitty paint job. I'll paint it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but dude, she's just like, I'm not moving into some piece of shit just because you think you can fix it up. And I'm like, I can't fix it up. But
She's got a point there.
Yeah, but I'm like, I can at least paint. I'm like, don't look into a house that has a bad paint job and say no, because I can paint a house. So like, don't, you know. But it was just like, Jesus Christ, man. Just looking. A lot of people just do the things they know. They're like, they'll make a big kitchen, but everything in it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
And like the drawers bang against the other drawers and nothing works. And I was just like trying to explain that shit to her.
Kitchens
yesterday.
are expensive too.
super expensive.
I used to sell I used to sell
You
cabinets.
did you trick old people into the cabinets? or
Yeah,
was
well,
it-
I tried and I couldn't trick them. I couldn't trick anybody because this is what would happen. I would design it. It was
Yeah.
in-home sales, and you would design these fucking things like a new kitchen, and then when I would click on the laptop like what the final price is, every single time when the price came up, I'd be like, oh. Like, this has to be a
It was
mistake.
like, what,
I'd be
like
this
20
is
grand?
crazy. Yeah, it'd be like $47,000
Yeah.
in somebody's shitty house, and I'd be like, all right, well, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
Like
No way they're dropping.
and then I couldn't lower the price, and I'm like, well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't a mistake. It's $47,000 for you, and they're like, all right,
It's funny that like if I'm being sold on something and they pull up the price, the person goes, "Whoa, that's
Yeah.
super high," and I'm
Yeah.
just like, "I'm out."
yeah.
I'm
I
not-
did that every single time. Like, this is too high. You shouldn't buy this.
Yeah, I mean that's
Every time. And then I would sell old people fucking bathtubs. The same company.
Did you really,
Dude, I made
That's
one.
a good sell.
I made one sale in 3 months.
Selling bathtubs?
In a job that was 100% commission. I
What
was
was your- what was
working
your
for
pitch?
free for 2 months.
What was your pitch? Be like, "Yeah, you dirty bitch, get in there. You need a
Well, it was
bathtub."
geezers, so you would get them fucking walk-in showers.
So you were a bathtub salesman.
yeah, yeah,
Wait, didn't you talk about this
Excuse me, man.
before?
remodeling.
Do you need a tub?
Remodeling. No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
go door to door. It was set up. These are the people that are morons enough to get tricked.
Yeah, it was like a warm lead.
at Home Depot. They got trapped.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Hey, do you want to have somebody come out and give you a free appraisal on a new kitchen?" And then I come in and I'm like, "Whoa, this shit's too expensive. I'll see you guys."